made New York. When it was developed, this ancient island was covered in greenery, and if it had stayed low-rise, it probably wouldn't have amounted to much. But these extraordinary towers have let it continuously increase its area and welcome millions of people and businesses. Each shaped by the powerful economic and geographic context of its time, the city's skyscrapers now stand as silent chapter markers in its ever-evolving story. At the 20th century, things were no different. New York's population was booming, and so was its development. That ushered in a new era of construction, one that lured in wealthy residents with luxurious co-ops for sale. Think ornate facades, exclusive amenities, and a cutthroat application process ruled by notoriously stuffy co-op boards. And so began the carousel of New York's It building, a coveted status symbol marked by steel and stone. One of the earliest stood at 834 Fifth Avenue on the Upper East Side. Completed in 1931 and home to Lawrence Rockefeller, it was once described as the most pedigreed building on the snobbiest streets in the country's most real estate-obsessed city. Also built in the 30s was 740 Park Avenue, once home to John D. Rockefeller. For nearly a century, these roads right alongside Central Park have been the most coveted corridor in New York City. Then, around the mid-2000s, another building started turning heads. Right across the park stood 15 Central Park West, a two-sectioned asymmetrical tower with a striking limestone facade. Only this one was a condo, not a co-op. That meant buyers no longer needed a legacy name to get their application noticed. A massive bank account was enough to get you in the door. 15 Central Park West drew in CEOs, celebrities, tech executives, and even the daughter of a Russian oligarch $1 billion. Then, around the start of the 2010s, something changed. We saw not just one building, but an entire street of skyscrapers become the city's new place to be.
I'm out here on Billionaires Road, the most expensive street in America.
This is what $54.6 million buys you in New York City.
Kicking off with 157 in 2014 and then 432 Park Avenue the following year, this series of super tall skyscrapers lined up along the southern edge of Central Park. Now, that's impressive, given there are hardly any sites left in this congested corner of what is one of the world's most congested cities. With only small parcels of land available, developers found themselves under pressure to maximize floor area and park views in order to drive a return. A pressure that they passed on down to their engineers. The result was the rise of a whole new architectural style. Meet the super slender skyscraper. An elegant 21st century solution to some very 21st century constraints. Width to height ratios were pushed to the extreme, foundations went to a different league, and super strong concrete cores were paired with stabilization tricks like dampers and open floors that help manage intense wind loads. This new breed of building is seriously thin. 111 W57, the world's thinnest to 24. Compare that to 1 Madison or 520 Park Avenue, buildings already considered slender, and you get the picture. Engineers